Sure, gents. I hope y'all are well. Yo, just came from church. Weekly update. Just came from church. It's night time now. Came from church. I slept, woke up, and stuff. Um, what has been happening? Oh, I've been posting, building the personal brand. The followers haven't increased yet, but I'm gonna continue posting though. I'm gonna continue posting, getting like 100 views each post and stuff. Building that trust first. Because it's B-roll, it's not like I'm showing my face. I wanted to show my face more often. But then you find out that you don't have you don't have anything to say most of the time. Yeah, well, so I just post B-roll and stuff like that. Like today, I must create content again for this week for the platforms for the platforms I'm on and everything. So I've been posting. YouTube, no views, no subscribers, 4 subscribers, but you know. Whoever that has subscribed. Thank you for believing in the boy and stuff. What happened this week? Not a lot of things happened this week. Something I wanted to speak about is the fact that if umjito guy in fit mo South Africa fit. If you're from South Africa, there's not a lot of stuff you could do. There was a time where I was searching on Chat, I was asking ChatGPT, I was like, can I use a VPN to make a US account? Then I post videos via that VPN so it can look like that the person posting these videos is from the US. Because in the US, the videos from the US have a higher YouTubers in the US get paid more than the ones in SA because a lot of businesses, I think there's like 30 million businesses in the US, 30 million businesses. They're all pushing ads on social media, and most of their buying power comes from the US itself. So that's why they get paid a lot. But in South Africa, we don't have that, right? Because we have all of this unemployment and no businesses being open that are on social media and stuff like that. Even though people are on social media in South Africa, so it's a hassle. So if you start a YouTube channel in SA, the only thing you can bet on is getting memberships, joining a community, them paying for certain things and stuff if you want to monetize your YouTube. So YouTube becomes a problem if you're from South Africa. And the other thing also is TikTok. You can create TikToks. TikTok videos. Do you call them TikToks or TikTok videos? TikTok short videos. You can create those short videos, create a lot of them, get engagement, get likes, get followers, shares, and everything. But you can't monetize it. Same reason as YouTube. No ads, no businesses, nothing. The same as YouTube. But they can show ads on your account, but they won't pay you for it. Because they don't monetize the site. So whenever you go on social media, the only thing you can go on social media for is to be famous, at least to be known. That's it. You have young gents like who like these people on YouTube. abo the Rampedi Pradas, who else? These girls who do vlogs and all of that. The only thing you can use that for, yes, you get some money from it, but it's not that much according to, if you had to, you versus an American YouTuber who has 10,000 subscribers and you have like 500 subscribers, he's earning more than you most of the time. Because after some time, maybe after a few months, he buys a Jeep Cherokee, or what do you call those Jeeps that they buy that side? A Trackhawk. He buys a Trackhawk, puts rims on them, buys a diamond watch, diamond chain, steezed out. Nothing, bro, not even a Toyota. Maybe with installments. He bought it cash. So that's the thing. So that side, at least, they have YouTube. They can monetize. I see these things like TikTok Shop. I was looking into it. I was like, yo, if I can get this TikTok Shop thing and then ask affiliates to sell the thing, then I'm just a middleman. I could be making money. Can't do it because I'm in SA. Ever. So when you're this side, you're limited. The only thing you can use the internet for, except for Instagram. On Instagram, even Instagram, you can't monetize because you're in SA. As I said, to gain awareness. If you're on social media and you're South African, the only thing you could do on social media is to gain awareness. That's it. To build your name up, to build a brand. That's all you could do. And after that, you get brand deals. Maybe Lipton will come to you, like, come to our event, and then you say, like me, are you gonna be hosting the stuff and serving people alcohol? And then they're like, yes. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming because that doesn't go with my brand, right? Even though you know that you need the money, but you can't compromise. So it's social media for a guy like me who is from South Africa. The only thing I can do, is to build awareness. YouTube doesn't pay, some say. That's the only thing. Use it for awareness. Use it so that people can know me. That this person exists. He knows certain things. He has a certain expertise. So since, hear me out. I'm only thinking about this now. So since the only thing you can do in SA on social media, no matter whether you're a business owner, influencer, or a guy like me who's studying everything from scratch, the only thing you could do is master the art of audience building. Master the art of building a brand. Master the art of gaining awareness, letting people know that you exist. That's the only thing you could do. And if you can know how to do that, which is essentially marketing, you learn marketing and you're marketing yourself or marketing whatever you're selling, digital product that you're selling, because you can't monetize with certain things on the platforms with AdSense and whatever, unless you're on YouTube. But even the YouTube one is small. The only thing you could do to optimize is to sell something. Sell something to an audience that you have built. That's the only thing. Put yourself in the forefront. Hey guys, I got this thing. Hey guys, I have this thing that can help you. Hey guys, found this thing, it's amazing. That's the only thing you could do. You can be like, and here's the thing, on YouTube, when it comes to entertainment and educational content gets most of the money. Like, they get paid more per view than entertainment, because the educational part is longer and thought through. And since it is longer and thought through, a lot of people stay on the educational content for a very long time. And since they stay on the educational content for a very long time, YouTube recommends the educational content most of the time, because their objective is to keep people on their app. And if this thing keeps people on their app, it keeps people pausing, playing, pausing, playing, taking notes, being engaged, leaving comments, asking questions, then the views go up. So it'll be like, yeah, okay, let's recommend this thing to people. But then when it comes to the entertainment one, people watch the entertainment one, they want to just see that part that they saw on a reel or on a TikTok. They see that part, yo, then they out. Right? You can watch multiple entertainment videos without even finishing one fully. It's not engaging. It's just entertainment, so you don't get paid that much. But in the US, if you have such a thing, if you can average 50k views on each video that you post, and you post every day, if you post every day 8-minute videos with every 2 minutes an ad comes up, you could make enough money to buy a Trackhawk Jeep or a Corvette. But this side you can't. So the only thing you could do is create your own product. Build awareness. So that's where I'm at right now. Is to go on this digital product thing. Am I an expert in certain things? I've been learning the content game for some time now. Hooks, how to keep people engaged, B-roll content, face, talking heads, storytelling, all of this stuff. Learning as we post. Don't use certain words. Highlight the risk rather than the benefit. Yeah, man, you know. So that's the only thing I can focus on now. Just the content. Content. Build a brand like Vusi Tembegwayo and all these people out there who are great, right? So that when people search me, because I can be on Instagram, Paul Sibisi. I can be on Instagram and people will search on Google, Paul Sibisi. I might show up, I might not. Maybe my Instagram will show up. And that's why I've leaned on multiple platforms. So that when they search Paul Sibisi, then it's not just my Instagram that shows up. My LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest. I have a blog. I have a newsletter, maybe some blog and whatever. I have these things so that they know this guy's established. Like, it's kind of boring, but you can't complain. You just have to adapt. You have to be adaptable. It's easy to say, man, you know, this YouTube is trash. Why don't they pay us the same amount as the Americans? As I explained, business advertising. Why doesn't TikTok do the same? Business advertising. Why can't I use TikTok Shop? Business and advertising. It's bad, but there has to be a way out. There always is. Always. Can't give up. So I could have done this growth operating thing where I help somebody optimize their sales funnel. I can't do that either because now, in fact, I can. I just learned that I can integrate Pay Fast with Go High Level. So I can integrate Pay Fast with Go High Level, Paystack with Go High Level if I don't have a Stripe. A Stripe you can't get a Stripe account in South Africa. Don't know why, but you can get it in India and other countries, but not South Africa. So it's bad. Really, really bad. So I can get a PayFast. I have a PayFast account that I've created. And I created it I don't have a Go High Level account because a Go High Level account is $99. It's $99 and it requires money. I don't have the money. As I said, I'm starting from scratch. The only thing I'm earning in take it all and feel like 370 Ramaphosa. Malume Ramaphosa. Can take it all and feel unemployed, don't have a job. I was even thinking about looking for a job. Thinking about it. That's crazy. I must get a job. I'm out here thinking about it. I must get a job. So the Go High Level thing, I'm like, okay, let's scrap the Go High Level thing because we don't have the money for it. What can I do? I go back to the brand thing. Building a brand, creating content. That's as free as it gets. Low barrier of entry. If I can do that, if I can do it for myself, I can do it for somebody else out there. Just creating content and just posting it. That's it. And if I can go to some business owner who wants the same thing, be like, hey man, I see that you've been posting. Can you please help me post? And I say, yeah, I can help you post, but it's gonna cost you. How much is gonna cost me? I don't do video posts. I only do copywriting, text-based posts, which is mostly LinkedIn and Twitter. LinkedIn, Twitter, maybe a B-roll. I'll see what I can do for you, my guy. How much is it? $1,000 per month. $1,000 per month. Okay, let's do it. I know I'm saving him time. I'm saving him time and probably saving him time, building a brand, and probably lead him to gaining clients in an organic way via content. Because based off of Google Analytics, there's a Google Analytics or studies, they say people take 7 hours. People don't buy from people they don't trust. And in order to build that trust, Google saw that people need to spend 7 hours on your content, on 11 touch points in 4 different locations. 11 touch points can be email, SMS, Instagram, on somebody else's podcast, right? The essence is be in their face so much that they can't help it but to say, you know what, who's this guy? It's something that Andrew Tate did. You'd be scrolling on TikTok. I've never had TikTok. I can't say in my life I had it when I was posting stuff on it, but I never said I wanted TikTok. You'd be scrolling on TikTok, people would say, and you'd see his face. You could not excuse it. You'd see his face like, I don't want to listen to this guy. Then you see his face again. And you keep on, and then like, why did they keep on showing me this guy's face? Then the next day you see his face again. So now you can't help it, right? They say people on TikTok scroll 300 feet. Yeah, 300 feet. They scroll the height of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if it's each day or each month. I don't know. But they scroll that height every time they're on their phone. For a month or a week or a day. I forgot. It can't be a day. Can it be a day? Yo, if it's a day, you are addicted. You know how tall the Eiffel Tower is? Because one scroll is like an inch. Close to an inch. And there's like 12 inches in a feet. And it's 300 feet. 300 times 12. Man, your attention span has been taken away. So the only way to get people's attention on a 300 feet scroller is to constantly show up on his feet. Constantly. He can't escape it. Constantly show up. The only thing you could do is block you. Right? And if he blocks you, then he doesn't like your messaging. It's fine. You don't want him. Parable of the sower. There will be people who are not interested in it. You want the person who will come at you, who is interested, is considering, who is interested and is considering, wants to act it out and produce fruits from what your message, from all your messages. Right? So the only thing is to hook them while they're busy scrolling, they're seeing funny videos, whatever, and then they see you are poor, and then they can stop and watch, right? You can do that. Or is to constantly show up. Now that you are poor one, that hook, yeah, you can use the hook. But everybody now uses the hook. Everybody now uses the hooks in order to engage and everything. So what do? You mass produce. You mass distribute. You do a lot of content distribution. Your competitors are posting 2 times a day, post 4 times a day. It doesn't matter because it's the same idea. It's the same idea, same messaging, same beliefs or certain thing that you offering to the people, right? And it's just rinse and repeat. You're just repurposing the content because you wanna build trust rather than to have new content ideas and bouncing around from place to place, but staying consistently on one thing. Like Dr. Phil is known for one thing and he's been doing that thing for a very long time. Now he's old and he still does it. Oprah, Nike. Nike is still doing shoes, is still selling shoes. Yeah, they sell apparel, but most of the time their core product is their shoes. The other stuff are just additions. If Nike says, we are stopping now making shoes, then they lose their whole story, their whole branding and everything. Now they're saying they're selling apparel, like and all of that. Now they lose all their customers because now they're like, they're no more selling shoes. I'm not a part of that. Or maybe Louis Vuitton decides, you know what, we're no more doing luxury now, even though it's our brand, we're changing it. They still keep at it. If Rolex stops doing the waiting list thing, they lose their brand. So you don't compromise on that brand. So that's what you do. You mass distribute, mass produce. You mass produce and you mass distribute. So, and when you mass produce and mass distribute, you can post. Your competitor posts on Instagram 2 times a day. You post on Instagram 5 times a day on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You post. You cannot beat. Gary Vee once said, if you had to build the tallest building, it's either you build the tallest building or whatever building that is around you, every building that is around you, you destroy them, then you become the tallest building, right? That's just part of the tallest building. So when it comes to this content game, not Gary Vee, Grant Cardone said, I think I was talking about in regards of marketing. He said it's not the best, it's not the best or the experts that get recognized. It's the people who are just good enough but are out there, right? If you're just that expert posting 2 times a day, yeah, you can post 2 times a day, it's fine, right? Post 2 times a day is fine. But you're like a pin. You're like a pin in a haystack. You don't want to be the pin. You want to be the haystack. That's it. So when people post 2 times a day, you post 4 times a day on different platforms. Every day. Without fail. Same message. People can't help but to read your stuff. There are people on Instagram who I see their stuff constantly. You can't escape these people. If somebody's posting multiple times a day on different platforms, you can also do the same thing. Do that on one account, have one account, and have other people who you compensate to post stuff about you on different accounts, on different platforms. You everywhere. You are everywhere. Your expertise, you being good and stuff, you being the best, is not what matters. It's the person who stands out that gets the recognition. The person who says, hey, not you saying hey once, and then hey tomorrow, and hey the next day after that. It's the person who says hey, and then after every hour, he keeps on saying hey. You'll be like, okay, bro, let me hear you out. I'm like, okay, sharp. Now you want to hear me out, then you take them down the funnel. Now they're in the funnel, they're at your VSL, and you're explaining it to them. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. Then they get the sale. What happened to the expert? he's posting once a day. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's no other way, man. Aye. Mass produce, mass distribute. That's it. On Twitter, LinkedIn, not YouTube. YouTube, I'm gonna just post these things once a week or a couple of times a week. Create a business insights. Sharing the insights I've learned, like this insight of posting multiple whatever. Post that. But then on these other ones, mass. Blogs, newsletters, whatever. Like you don't. In order to be outstanding, you need to stand out. Me and a certain person can have the same message, but because I've said it multiple times in that person's day, and he said it once, I'll be the guy that stands out. He might even wake up. He might even, before he goes to sleep, he wants to scroll. He will see my face. He can't help it. I'll be marked in his brain. And when he sees me in real life, he'll be like, yeah, bro, it's you, man. Man, you're always on my phone. I'm like, yeah, man. It's the perks. It happens. The strategy. Mass produce, bro. Mass produce. It's my land. I can produce as much as I want. So that's the only thing I have that I can do as a South African citizen. Do that, mass produce. And once I mass produce, maybe for a week, maybe for the whole of December, because November is up, getting like 10,000 views or whatever. I mass produce for December, all of December. I know maybe I gain some couple of followers. I don't know, maybe LinkedIn followers, Twitter followers, Instagram followers. It depends. I gain those followers, and maybe I'll tell people like, hey man, I'm interested in knowing how I did this. Be like, yeah man, show me. Oh, this that $1,000 per month, pal. Just from free stuff, bro. Learning something that is free, doing something that is free. If you don't do this, my guy, as I said the other time, if I don't do this, then you deserve to be poor. So I was like, man, if I don't implement, I'll be still in the same place. And I have nobody to blame but myself. So all I have to do is sit back and analyze. Like the chessboard. Look at your positions. Be like, okay, I'm caught up in the situation. Okay, I can't use TikTok Shop. Okay. I can't use TikTok Shop. I can't use YouTube making pranks because I'm not that guy. I can use YouTube to do what I'm doing now, but it's going to take some time. And what else? It's going to take some time, so I'd still do it, but, I won't be that... Not that I won't be that much dedicated to it, but it's a slow process. Okay, the only thing I can do is build awareness and create a product that I can sell to people. That's it. Build awareness, create a product that I can sell to people. Whether it's low ticket, high ticket, it doesn't matter. Be known for a certain thing. Be known for what I can do in my current situation. Telling people how they can achieve stuff. Yes, there are other things to me other than the content thing that I'm learning now. My certain knowledge. Like today, I learned about, there's a book by King James, Demonology, where he speaks about how demons work, how witches operate, and in which fields they operate in, and how to solve or get rid of witches and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm interested in it. I'm like, hey, imagine if I read this. Right? If I read this, I don't know what it's about demonology, but I don't know what the content in it. I don't know what it is about. What it's about. I don't want to use contractions. What it is about. I don't know what it is about. But okay, it's about demonology, but I don't know the chapters and the context and everything. I only know those parts that tells me, okay, I asked ChatGPT what it is about. I don't know the essence, the real essence, the deep dive. So there's that, and I've been reading the Bible, having questions, getting answers, understanding that certain things is not just the Bible, but man's interpretation, and man's interpretation and man's act, or quick act, man acting quickly in a way that they quickly execute what they learned, rather than establishing it first with several witnesses. God says, did he say in the myth? I can't say in the myth. Only the thing, okay, paraphrasing. Things can only be established by two or more witnesses. If it's not two or more, then it's nothing established. You just went it, or you went with it off of what you understood, which may be your own understanding. So you get clarity first. You clarify, okay, is this true? But he said this. If he said this, does this mean this? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And shout out to Uncle Kurt Kennedy. You know what I mean? He breaks these stuff down in a cool way, and it's too much. There's him, and then there's other preachers I might listen to, or I do listen to, who have a certain attitude and demeanor that is, can I say, godly, but assertive. That is assertive. I lean on that. Like, yeah, this guy's speaking something. It's not. I used to say this. It's like, I used to say this to myself. Now, do you like people who not hurt your feelings? Yeah, hurt my feelings, or stuff like that. Then I'm like, no. I want you to tell me the truth. I've been lied to for a very long time. Whether it's school, health, wealth, psychology, emotions, follow your heart. All these lies. I've been lied to all my life, majority of my life. The majority of my life I've been lied to. Yeah, boy, it's not your fault, buddy. It's their fault. Nah, boy, you don't need to do that, do this. Boy, just follow the line. Yeah, just find a career with the highest paying, that has the highest pay, and all of that. Been lied to. So I'm like, if I've been lied to all my life, and there's this truth that hurts, that says, Nell, you are wicked, you are evil, stop what you're doing, you talk too much, shut up, you get angry a lot, go ask for forgiveness, forgive others, you're a trespasser, all men have fallen short of the glory of God. And I hear those things. It might be something the flesh doesn't want to hear, but I don't care. It is truth, and I lean on it. I'm like, yeah, this is the one. This is the guy. Don't dilute the message. Don't dilute truth. Don't dash. Don't dash it. Give it to me like that. Give it to me like that. It may be sour. It may be bitter. It may make me scrunch up my face. Make me feel some way. But I know it's truth at the end of the day. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Tell me I'm a liar. Tell me. Straight up. You are a liar. I'm like, yeah, you see this guy, I want this guy. He must teach me. Guy who corrects. If you're a tiptoeer, you tiptoeing, you can't put it plain, and you always trying to dodge bullets. Jesus didn't dodge bullets, bruh. He did it. Jesus didn't dodge bullets. You are dodging bullets in the name of what? I think there's a barrier. There's something. Okay, this week I forgot what I was talking what it was about. Oh yeah. So in the Old Testament, I'm reading the Bible again from start to finish. In the Old Testament, we read that in Egypt 600,000 people left. 600,000 people left Egypt going to the promised land. Right, I'm like, okay, 600,000 people left. Okay, sure. They go, they do whatever they do. And then in Numbers, it says, in Numbers, before Numbers starts, there's a part in my Bible where it provides the context of the whole book. So in Numbers, it says, this is what happened during the 40 years. This is what happened during the 40 years of the Israelites being on their journey to the promised land and stuff like that. And it says Numbers is just them doing the census, counting people. That's why it's called Numbers. It is the book of the census, saying there were these many Levites, these many this, these many that, right? So I was like, okay. And then it says, and then God asks Moses, can you please take a census of all military-aged males who are 20 years and above? Can you take a census of them? And then he takes the census. And then after the census comes back, they say 600,000. I'm like, wait. Hold up. 600,000. 20 years and above. Male. Okay, maybe on their walk. Maybe it took years. Maybe it took 40 years. Maybe it was like 20 years after that. Now there was 600,000 men. Maybe. But then also going back to the context. In fact, the book before Numbers states that they arrived at the promised land and they sent spies. After sending spies, these spies came back. Only Caleb and Joshua were the only people amongst those spies who said, we can defeat them. And the other says, they are giants, we are like grasshoppers to them, and whatever. And it says, before, in Numbers, going back to Numbers based off the context, now they've arrived at the promised land. They arrived at the promised land. And they spent 40 years going around that promised land. Okay, let me just say this. It's like me going to FNB Stadium. Yada FNB Stadium, I'm going to FNB Stadium. I arrive at the FNB Stadium. I want to go in FNB Stadium. But for some reason, I go to Nazareth. I go to Nazareth. I go to places around FNB. It took me 5 days to go to FNB, but then it takes me 5 years to go into FNB. But I'm there at FNB. I can see FNB. So I'm like, okay, they arrived at the promised land. Maybe it took them years to get to the promised land, but it said 40 days. And I'm like, okay, 40 days, okay. It took them 40 days to get to the promised land. Maybe God created a miracle where in the midst of those 40 days, women fell pregnant and bore children in those 40 days. But that's just me beating around the bush. That's just me saying that is God exposing that barrier. That barrier people don't want to go across. The Isaiah 3 barrier. Men who are tiptoes don't want to hurt people's feelings, even though it is truth. That thing, that essence. That's why I like Jesus who will point stuff out. The preacher that I listen to. You's a liar. You are a liar. He exposes stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's speaking truth, man. He's saying what I've always wanted to say, but he says it, he has the guts. He has went past that barrier. There's a part where, I think you know, Pastor Gino Jennings. There's a part where he speaks about not being overzealous. And then he speaks about his wife coming one day and wanting to sleep in bed and stuff like that. And then he tells him, and he's like, I seen my wife. I've seen my wife come in the bed once, dressed in a certain way, and I told her, yeah, hey, you ain't coming in here dressed like you dressed to. What did he say? You ain't coming in here just like you going to a convention. He told him, he was like, I was like, this is the guy. You know what I mean? Masculine assertive. Come on, but he passed the barrier. He's passed the barrier. So going back to the story, it took them 40 days to go to the promised land, 40 years to enter. And they took a census when they arrived at the promised land, and there were 600,000 military-age men. So when the Bible says that the Egyptians, when they left Egypt, the Israelites, there were 600,000. They were speaking about the men who were military-aged. No women, no children, none. So I look at them like, yo, so God doesn't count women? God doesn't count children? Why? Is God misogynistic? Is God against women and children? The barrier, as I said. It's not me saying this, it's me thinking about how people would react. But God doesn't care how you react, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, buddy. 600,000 people left Egypt. 600,000 men were the census was taken for 600,000 men, military-age men from 20 years and above. I was like, okay. Not that God favors man, but man is God's people. Going back to Isaiah 3, tiptoe verse, highlights the tiptoeing man. He says, to my people, children are their oppressors, women rule over them. O my people, these people cause you to err. Who's God's people? You can't say women, because it says women rule over them. You can't say children, because children are a person. You can't say animals, because animals ain't people. Who's left? Man. Man is left. Man is God's people. Man is God's appointed person as manager. You are held at a higher standard. That was my highlight of this week. You are held at a higher standard. Like me now. I'm not married, buddy. I'm not ready. I need to develop some character. Need to go through a Joseph era, a Daniel era, where I'm tested, my faith is tested. If I persevere, I persevere. And until God says I'm ready, I'm not ready. Ready? But I'm held at a higher standard. Big time. I'm not held at the standard that women are held at. Because they're not God's people. Buddy. It's written. It's not me. Go to the book. It's written. He took the census. This, that. You read the laws. You read the laws. You read about the laws. It talks about in the current world we live in. Most of the laws were pointed towards men. Even, in fact, the only people who could divorce were men. Only men. So that was the highlight of that week, of this week, last week, this week, whatever week. So I'm just reading that, I'm like, hey man, I'm held at a higher standard, and I'm out here tiptoeing for some girl, some woman. Like who? Adam? Nah, buddy. Samson? Nah, I'm not that guy. Bro. We read these stories to learn from these people. And it's not like let me just say this. It's not like patriarchal. system. Because the first patriarch was Abraham himself. And he considered Sarah's feeling when he told him that Hagar should bounce, that Hagar must go, and God told him, hey, you heard the woman, she must bounce. He was the first patriarch. So it didn't say that he didn't listen to Sarah. It doesn't say that Sarai, but it became Sarah after that. And it goes back to and then we go back to Timothy, where it talks about the women being not their mother is. I think their mother is Sarah, something like that. That her beauty is not outwardly, but inside and intellect and stuff like that. Even though we know that Abraham knew that his wife was beautiful at her old age. When they went to that place, he knew that these people were worldly people. They don't look at it. They don't look at the inside. They don't care about the insides. They care about the outsides. So she was beautiful, outside and inside. But first patriarch, my God, held at a higher standard than Sarah, Abraham. Even when you read in the Bible, it speaks about this person, son of this guy, son of this guy, son of this guy. This guy is the son of this guy. No women counted. Maybe might list. But that's the point. As a man, or as a guy trying to be a man, I'm held at a higher standard. Most of the rules in the Bible always point to men. And some people might add to it. And God said you mustn't add, neither remove. He says mother and father can give inheritance, but only God can give you a wife. Didn't say God can give you a husband. A husband is not given, buddy. Never. We are not made for each other. You are made for me. In essence. Eve was made for Adam. Sarah was made for Abraham. Lot's wife was made for Lot. Was Delilah and Samson married? I do not. Rebecca and what's it? Abraham, Isaac. Rebecca and Isaac. Rebecca was made for Isaac. Not Isaac made for Rebecca. Don't twist. It's also like this. Man was made for God. God was not made for man. Can't twist it. So I'm held at a high standard. Not that we should hold women in a low regard. We should hold women at the regard God told us to hold women at. To rule over them. That's what God said. Not me. He said it. Not to be tyrannical. Like a Bambi. All aggressive. But assertive. With boundaries, rules, regulations. If not followed, you can bounce, man. So I read that, I was like, yo, hey man. Isaiah 3, man. Isaiah 3. That's what happens. That's what happens when men don't take their place. So everything that is happening in the world is man's fault. It's your fault, man. You didn't listen to God. He told you rule over, but you didn't listen. You tiptoe. Oh, 50-50, yeah. Equality. She can work. She has to provide for me. She has to buy me gifts sometimes, I need to be pampered too. Bambi. Used to think like that. Dumb guy I was. Not the pampering part. Well, maybe. But now he changed. Jesus said, the blind leading the blind. But now I'm no more blind because now I see because I have Jesus Christ himself. The truth. Change now. Repentance. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I'm the provider. I must provide everything. I shouldn't expect my wife to buy me a Porsche, Ferrari, or whatever. If she does buy it, it's weird. Really weird. The Bible says men should love their wives the same way Christ loved the church. The church did nothing for Christ. Nothing. All men have fallen short of the glory of God. The only thing we could do as the church towards Christ is to have faith and to believe. There's no deeds. There's no us trying to be like him. Because if we try to be like him, then he humbles us. The same way he told Adam, hey, Jita, Eve is going to try to be like you, but you got to rule over. Humble her, buddy. Same with us. We get humbled by Christ. Try to be like him. Try to exalt ourselves. Make ourselves equal to him. But then he humbles you. Rule over us. You see, he's keeping to his word, bro. He's showing us. Humbles us. But we don't do anything for him. There's nothing you can do for Christ, bro. There's nothing. So if it says, well, husbands, love your wives the same way Christ loved the church, why do you expect your wife to do stuff for you, my guy? I'm just saying. All you got to do is respect and honor, as the Bible says. The same way we respect and honor Christ as the church. The wife must respect and honor you. You should do the loving. Giving, she must receive. You give this, you give that, you give her this. She buys you socks on your birthday. You're like, yeah, whatever. You don't expect anything from her. You know what I mean? No 50-50. No, there's nothing else I could buy you, so I bought you this thing and stuff like that. No, don't buy me nothing. Don't buy me nothing. I do stuff for you. I already have somebody buying me stuff, and that's Christ. I'm buying you stuff. Getting you this thing. Buying this house. Buying this. There's a story in the Old Testament, if it's not in Ezekiel, where God speaks about how he found Israel as a young kid, young girl, raised her up while she was in a very tormenting place. Tormented. She was very tormented. In a very dark place. Dirty place, all ruined and stuff. Took her in, adopted her, fixed her up and stuff. She grew up, and then he married her. And after marrying her, pampered her with everything. Pampered her with this, gave her that, gave her this, out of love. But she gave nothing to him. She gave nothing to him. But he pampered her, made her look beautiful, and everything for his pleasure. And then she backslid. Started messing with other dudes. And that made God angry. The same way Solomon speaks about it. Don't sleep with nobody's wife. Because the minute you sleep with that guy's wife, he might end up killing you. Can't explain it. But there's nothing more dangerous than a man who's been cheated on. He'll kill both of you. Same with God. Backslid, he became angry. Same with Christ. Backslid, he's coming. The second coming, he's gonna but redemption. Same with us. So that's the essence of last week. Learning stuff, demonology and all of this, asking questions and reading the Bible back to from Genesis to Revelations. Again, getting different views from the last time I read it. Man growing. Knowing that man is held at a high standard. Big time. And I need to hold my fort. I need to hold my stand. I must stand firm and do not be shaken. Stand by what God says, not what people say. Because people say a lot of things today and they say different things tomorrow. So that's the video of today, life update. I'm going to continue posting and see where it leads me. If it leads me in the right path, then, it's big ups to that. I'll see y'all next week.